Hello, and welcome back to the Spoiler Cast, the show where we talk about movies, and we don't care about spoiling them. And in this case, even when it's a new movie, we don't care about spoiling it. My name is Tobias, and with me, as always, is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And in honor of today's movie, we decided to both wear all black.
This is technically brown, but yeah, it comes off as black.
It comes off as black in the
I
camera,
don't
yeah.
own anything pink.
No,
actually.
Me neither. I don't think I ever have.
I have.
Red things?
I don't anymore.
Not pink. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter because today we watched a movie where you're supposed to wear pink, or at least on some days you're supposed to wear pink.
On Wednesdays, you're supposed to wear pink.
And you're watching this on a Saturday. We're
Unless
recording
you're
on
watching
a
it
Friday.
in the future.
Yeah. I guess you know what we're talking about. We're talking about the 2024 remake / reboot / requel of Mean Girls.
To trust and support each other. You could be really hot if you changed, like, everything.
Hey! Yeah, it's the...
Even my cat cheered.
It's the 20th anniversary, I suppose, of the original, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a musical at one point, and this movie is technically based on the musical.
Yes. A couple of years ago, Tina Fey and someone turned the original Mean Girls into a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
And now they made that one a movie.
Yeah.
That's about all I know.
It was originally... Oh, there we go. It was originally a book. Okay.
That's right.
That was too bad. It was originally a book. Sorry for technical difficulties there. Called like Queen Bees and Wannabes or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Which then became the Mean Girls movie, which then became the Mean Girls musical, and now they made a movie based on the musical.
Yeah.
It's a 20-year empire. And I don't know. Somehow the original 2004 movie became like a cult classic among certain groups, I suppose.
Yeah.
I've heard it over the years. I've heard people not like calling it a cult movie, but like, oh, it's actually pretty good for being like a teeny bopper comedy or a teen comedy. I was like, okay, I don't really care. And then at some point, I think in my early 20s maybe, so around 2011, 12 maybe, I think I watched it. I know I have watched it. I'm just not sure exactly when, but it was a while ago. And it was after all the hype, or so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I remember, I haven't rewatched it. We'll do that for Patreon, though. Patreon.com/Don'tMakeAScene. Check it out this Monday. From what I remember, yeah, it's definitely, it has more substance than a lot of teen comedies.
Yes.
Teen movies, YA movies. But I didn't really see what made this so much more special than any other movie, really.
Like I said in the theater, it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
But I think we'll get into that more on the Patreon episode.
Yeah, because we're going to talk more about the original then. However, we have to mention it because, I mean, this movie exists for the fans of the original and fans of the musical.
Yes,
and
mainly.
You could tell we were there on opening night. We managed to get tickets. Or we had to, because we have to record on Fridays to be able to upload on Saturdays. And it was packed, which you don't really see nowadays. Not even Marvel movies anymore get packed to audiences.
No.
And it was basically, like, it was 99% girls and women.
Yes.
We saw one, like, clique of guys sitting down, and I thought I heard
like
some
4 or 5 dudes.
Yeah, some of them behind us, and then there was me. But I mean, the rest was just girls, women. I actually have a video from it. I can show you. Let me just turn on the sound a little bit, because it was just a bunch of, not screaming, but there was a lot of lady voices in there.
I mean, there were a bunch of boyfriends who went with their girlfriends.
I'm sure. Like. Yeah, I'm sure there was. Wait,
but most fascinating was that clique of guys, that group of 5 guys.
Yeah, just sat down in the middle. But here's the video, so you can see. You can't really see, but I mean, at least you see it was packed, and we had a bunch of pink people right in front of us.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, at least that was fun. It reminded me when for some reason, I think I've talked about this before, for some reason I went with you and one of your friends to watch the big premiere of the first Hunger season, what's it called? Hunger Games movie. And it was just a bunch of teens, fans of the book. We're like, oh my god, screaming at everything that was from the book,
I have no memory of that.
Oh, okay. I think it was the same. No, it was. I think it was Heron City. No, it could have been.
No, it must have been Sergel.
It could have been Sergel. Yeah. Either way, it reminded me of that.
You know what I liked about this audience, though?
The audience was just fans.
Yeah. But the best thing about this audience was the girls, next to you. I think they were 12.
Yeah.
So they were not fans of the original as they grew up with the original. They were probably fans of the original because their mom or older sister showed it to them.
Yes, I was thinking
which is even better for me.
Yeah, that's cool actually. I mean, it's 20 years since the original, and people who are diehard fans of it were probably in their early to mid or maybe even late teens 20 years ago, which means they're between 30 and 40 now, which means they could have children. That are teenagers now. So yeah, there was probably a lot of mean girl moms there bringing their fucking kids into onto the whole thing.
Or they showed them the original last year or something instead of going to the musical, and now they were oh my god, there's a movie.
Yeah.
There's a new movie, we have to watch it. I thought that was good because that's how you're supposed to bring classics, to the younger audience.
Yeah,
show them the original and then you allow them to watch the remake as well, of course.
Yeah, that's that is, however, something
that doesn't happen with these kind of movies, though.
Well, no, they do that's why it's called a cult classic, because a cult forms around it, and people go, and you have generations of people going.
But how many pink, bubblegum girl movies get that?
That's, but I mean, when a movie becomes a cult classic...
Yeah, sure.
No matter what the movie is, it's going to have a following that transcends generations.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's different when it comes to a movie like this. The only other one I can think of that is kind of close to it, but I think it's, because now it's 29 years old. I think... Maybe 30, doesn't matter. It comes even close, but it's kind of been forgotten because I guess it's too old at this point, is Clueless. Remember?
Clueless? Yes.
Have you seen Clueless?
Oh, many times.
Oh, okay. I think I've only seen it
That is also one of my,
years ago.
I think it had a bit of a remake that kind of flopped. That's
wasn't it a fucking, limited series like everything is nowadays?
Yeah, probably, and that's... Or something, at least, and that's, I think, why it failed, though.
Yeah.
But the memes are there. They've used the reference. They've referenced it in pop culture a lot, especially.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned in the Crow episode, the '90s fashion that came back a couple of years ago now.
Oh yeah. What was that? What was that thing? It was short lived, that specifically, but. Jenna Marbles made a video about it, dressing as not e-girl, it was something else, and she had those little neon green.
Oh yeah, what did she call it?
Because that was 90s fashion turned up to 11 or 12 even.
That's
she had the small
technically
plastic
that's millennium.
backpack.
That's millennial fashion. That's 2000.
Yeah, but she called it something else.
She called it the bitch glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know what they called it.
She took up her little phone hold on, I'm calling your man, that thing.
Who are you texting?
Your man.
Oh. Yeah.
So good. Man, I miss Jenna Marbles. Anyway. Yeah, so I guess it's also a generational thing. For me, Clueless is more classic than this is, or the original of Mean Girls is.
Yes.
But But I mean, I think we've been jammering on a lot about the surrounding stuff. Let's actually talk about the movie.
Yes,
because we've been doing this for like 8 minutes already. I'll ask you like we always do. What did you think of Mean Girls, the 2024 version?
I both liked it and hated it at points.
Yeah.
It was definitely funny.
Yes.
It was definitely like the modern updates, so to speak, with the whole phones and shit. I understand, and parts of it was good.
Yeah.
I very much appreciated that they used the trending fashion to make it make sense.
Yeah.
They didn't like stick to the original too much. They had some callbacks with the fashion as well, but they made sure to like make it trendy, which is good. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
I loved the cameos.
Yeah.
Mr.
Sure.
Duval and what's her name? What's the character's name?
Snudworby?
Norbury. Miss Norbury.
Right.
Um,
And that's where I think, sorry for cutting off a little bit, that's where I think this is like a requel or a legacy sequel, that this is actually based on another cameo later on in the movie. They're playing the same characters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm thinking it could just be like a sequel, I guess, because they're still teachers.
That's what I mean.
Because Principal Duval makes the comment that I've been doing this for 31 years, because I think in the original he says 11 years.
Yeah. That's the whole Scream discussion. That's why it's not it's a soft reboot, but it's more of a sequel. So you call it a legacy sequel or a requel because it's also a remake of the first one.
But you could technically watch it as a standalone.
You could, definitely.
Even though it does not have the same weight to it.
No, in a vacuum, this would feel just that this would
average.
be just any other movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I had some issues with the fact that they, like, word for word, copied lines and happenings, scenarios from the original.
But that's, fan service.
Sure, but it was too much.
Okay.
There were a bunch of, like, I didn't, like, write them down, but I could almost, like, speak the lines before they said them sometimes.
I think
it's a brand new movie.
I think that was the point.
Yeah, I guess, but it hurt me a little bit, especially since they did not do the one thing they had to do as the original, which was the Christmas recital. They changed the song.
Oh.
It's supposed to be Jingle Bells.
Oh. I don't know. Okay.
And that's the only time in the original where they actually sing.
Oh yeah, they just
and in this one they didn't.
Yeah, and that's also kind of funny because we gotta.
I'm ranting very much now. Yes.
No, it's okay. It's because I usually rant. For once, you get to talk. Yeah, it's kind of funny because this we didn't really know, or I didn't know. You kind of knew was a goddamn musical.
No, I didn't realize it was a musical.
But you mentioned.
I did realize it. I said there is a musical.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, the hint was in the poster. There's a fucking note in the A.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
But that's funny that you mentioned. Yeah, the one scene in the original where they actually sing, they don't
Lindsay
sing
Lohan
in this
sings.
one.
Yeah. This one they don't.
They just dance. Haha. But yeah, that was a rude awakening because I am not a fan of musicals. I don't.
Ew.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I don't hate them on principle, but yeah, I do. I on principle hate every musical. Like, if I watch a musical, I start out hating it. Now, some musicals have won me over. There are musicals that I like. But this one, when it started out, at first they had a horrible
yes,
not exposition dump, but kind of like moral of the story dump, which was filmed like a viral video, like it's
a TikTok basically.
Yeah. And the two of the characters, which at first I thought like, oh, these aren't going to be real characters. They're too much. No, they're actually two of the main characters.
Yes.
They're singing, and they're basically singing exactly like, this is what you're going to think about when the movie goes on, and this is what's going to happen, and this is why we made the movie. It's like, oh, okay, now I don't have to watch it anymore.
Which is a very stage musical thing to do.
To like set it up. This is what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
It's almost like a saga or a folktale. Remember how the Northman starts by telling you exactly what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but they do it in a better way.
Yeah, that was the one that popped up in my head, of course. But anyway, but then, it was like, okay, so it's a quirky thing. They start up with a little music number. Okay. But then, the movie continues out onto the Kenyan Serengeti. And Angori Rice, who plays Katie in this movie, starts singing. And I literally melted into my seat like, oh no, it is a musical. And I just died for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed.
No, I noticed.
I was like, no. And it wasn't even good. It was a bad musical number. Oh.
Yes. Unfortunately, all but about 2 musical numbers were terrible, in my opinion.
I'm a bad judge. I don't know, because I thought everyone was.
I like musicals, not that much in movies, but I like them on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
it makes more sense on stage. Yes, I prefer them on stage if I have to watch them.
For example, I've seen Les Miserables both on stage and as movie. The movie, I mean, the music is good. Obviously, they can sing. It's well produced and all that stuff. But I did not like to. I've never rewatched it because Jesus Christ, I cannot watch a musical like that.
I stole
watching it on
loaf
stage.
of bread.
Yeah. Watching it on stage though is a whole nother ballpark. Yeah. That is amazing.
And then I can say I haven't seen too many musicals, but you, me, and our mom went and saw Sweeney Todd many years ago.
Yes,
a stage production of Sweeney Todd. It's amazing because it's fun, with the stage change, set changes and costume changes, and it's more of a production. A movie just
more interactive.
They just shot a movie and then they sang in it. Like, why? No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I don't like it when they sing in movies like this.
Yeah.
Especially not when they sing not that good, in my opinion. Like, some of them are not singers.
No.
Definitely not. And some of them were just, I don't know, they weren't good at singing this kind of music, I suppose. Because musical music and like pop music is kind of different in how you sing it.
Yes, it is. You sing in a different style.
And
even though some of these kind of felt like pop songs.
Yeah, some of them did, yes.
I like I said, not good judge a character there. The only one I thought kind of stuck out, and she wasn't bad, but her voice was a little flat, was unfortunately Angori Rice.
Yeah.
The rest of them was fine.
Yeah, I guess, but I didn't...
Which one didn't you like?
No, she was one of the worst.
Okay.
And then the girl who played Karen, Avantika, the one song she did, the Halloween song.
Oh, it's
the best
that
song.
One. Yeah, because it was a lot of fun.
But she, I don't know, I felt off sometimes.
Okay.
But it might be because I'm comparing, because that's the one number I've seen from the musical, because it pops up on my YouTube. But I mean, Is
she a pop star?
No, she's mainly an actress, I think.
Well, why does she have a pop star name then? She's Seal Avantika, or whatever her name is.
She's a multi-hyphenate artist with a passion for storytelling and expressive thinking. She's...
What's that?
I don't know. She's Indian? Maybe she just wanted to have a cool name?
Sure. Yeah, that actually...
Because it's easier that way to get into Hollywood when you have a long name, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, that actually...
Kind of like Zendaya, just do Zendaya because
exactly.
It's easier.
And a lot of like Bollywood stars, or Indian stars, I suppose.
She's definitely done
South
Bollywood.
Asian stars only have one name for some reason.
Maybe because their names are very long.
Yeah, so it's easier to pronounce for us dumb
Her full name seems to be Avantika Vandanapu.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's why, I suppose.
Avantika just sounds cool.
Yeah. It sounds like a pop star.
Alaya or Zendaya.
Yeah,
or...
it sounds like you're a pop star from space. Avantika.
Yeah, basically.
From the 90s.
Yeah.
It sounds like, Cascada. Remember Cascada?
Yeah, for example, yeah.
Anyway.
The one I thought excelled, though,
yeah?
is the girl who played Regina George, Reneé Rapp.
Yeah, But she has...
Because her two, like, main songs, god damn, they were good.
And she sounded like yeah, that was more pop star singing than stage musical singing.
Yes. But she is an actress and a composer.
Okay, yeah.
So that might be why.
Yeah, she was good. I also liked the guy.
Damien?
Damien, yes. Where's the actor? I can't find it.
Jaquel Spivey.
Yeah. He sang pretty well. Even though it sounded like it was a little bit pitch shifted. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But those ones also stuck out.
This is one of his, like...
Bad.
No, this is his first role, actually.
Okay.
So, good for that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
For that.
But however... I haven't really said what I thought about the movie.
No, so what did you think of it?
I thought it was fine. Like I said, very conflicted because I hated the fact that it was a musical, and I thought, most of the because we've talked about this before. It's so forced to like explain everything in song. Like what would take 10 seconds to do with a look or like a line in a regular movie, you have to drag out for 5 minutes, and there's people dancing and singing and just please, less is more, people. And I thought I also think and I guess that's a problem with the original as well. I just don't remember exactly how close they are. The plot is so dumb. I mean, sure, I'm sure a lot of people's high school experience was like this. Mine was nothing like this.
Well, you don't think people didn't burst out in song in the middle of the hallway?
I mean the cliques and the bullying and stuff. I guess I got away like pretty lucky because the 3 years it's 3 years, right? Yeah, we have 3 years high school? Yeah, in Sweden. Well, technically it spans over 4 years. I started in 2005,
it's 4 years.
But you only do 3 actual years. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, wait, I counted högstadiet.
No, that's grammar school, elementary school.
That's true.
Either way.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, our class just, basically from day one, kind of stuck together. Like at recess or lunch, we always just hung out, I think, because most of us didn't have like any other friends in that school.
Thing is, high school in America is more like us in högstadiet.
Oh, okay.
So when we're in 6th through 9th grade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, where it's a little more cliquey.
Yes, because when we get to high school age, we pick our school, we pick our subjects more. Yeah.
That's true.
We pick a
they just kinda,
direction.
Yeah, they kind of just end up in one, and it's first in university they get to pick their own.
Exactly. So it's more like högstadiet, 6th through 9th grade for us.
Sure.
Because then you're just thrown into regular school, maybe with some people you used to go to school with, and maybe with some people who lives in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
But sometimes you end up with people who live on the other side of town or just went to another school before this, you've never met before. So it's more like that, I think.
Then I can understand why it's more isolating if you don't have any friends, and why you form friend groups.
Cliques.
Yeah, I mean, we
and then you also have you have the musical nerds, you have the artsy people, you have the jocks, and they all kind of tear off to their own cliques. I don't think it's as extreme in Sweden.
No.
As we see in American movies.
Of course, everything... No, and I mean, movies are, of course, a bit embellished, exaggerated, yes. And it's also, of course, it's America, so everything has to be more...
Bigger and better.
Yeah, bigger. Not really better.
No, that's true. But, I mean, when we went to the same school, but we didn't go there at the same time. But when I went there, we had these cliques. Oh, okay. We obviously had people who could, float in between them.
Yeah.
We're friends with some people in all of the cliques. I was kind of that.
Yeah. Me too. I guess that's also why, I kind of survived.
Exactly. But there was drama.
Oh, there was? We did. That's the thing. Yes. We never had any big drama. Not even like in other classes, or other.
We had rumors about who was dating who.
Oh no, we had none of that.
There were rumors about teachers.
We didn't.
I mean, we had friends in other schools as well, so like we had rumors from other schools.
Jesus. Okay, no. We
Yeah,
had none of that. Like,
so
and
much.
not just our like class or whatever you call it. Like in the entire school, my high school,
Not your homeroom class, you mean?
Exactly. We had some, groups. We had like the weeaboo nerds, like weirdos. Sorry, weirdos. We had some like art students. We didn't really have jocks because I don't really think they had like a sports program at my school.
No, there wasn't a sports program, but like jocks are always there.
Sure. And like I said, there was not, at least not that I noticed. And they never like had to have like a what do you call it? The when you get
assembly.
Together, assembly about like bullying or anything. So there's never any big things happening like that. The only, like, I'm sure some bullying always goes on. And I remember in those 4 years, I was bullied once, and that was by a guy I used to be friends with. I thought we were still friends. It's just we ended up in different schools. They came over to our school for some reason. And it was the weirdest thing. And I didn't even react because I'd never really been bullied or had bullied once. I was so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. We would just hang out during recess. Our little, I guess, clique, because we didn't always hang out the entire class, but and then he came by with his friends. They were doing
from that other school.
Another school, which was more of a vocational school. People learning to be carpenters and painters. So yeah, a different kind of people.
Yes,
and like, and
not as academically inclined.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this is like some fantasy I had, because it, like, out of nowhere, he picks up, because we had like potted plants over everywhere.
Yeah,
he picked up like there's like a mixture of dirt and those little pellets that lekakuler.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called in English.
Clay marbles thingies that you put in. And
he just proceeded to put them in my mouth, and I was like,
what?
Huh? And I just walked away. And I was like, what? And everyone was just like, huh?
The heck you said?
And it was not like, ha, fuck you, idiot faggot. No, just blup, and then kept walking.
It's like he was dared or something.
Yeah, and I was like, huh? That's the only time I've been bullied.
I don't know if that counts as bullying.
No, I don't know.
One-time occurrence.
So yeah, that's why, like, I've only seen this kind of stuff happening in movies and I guess documentaries.
I think it also it's a very different experience if you're a girl.
Sure.
To be honest.
Sure.
Because you have more of the less violent, the less physical bullying.
Yeah, more
it's the talking behind the back. It's the mean comments online. It's spreading horrible rumors about each other.
What is that? That's a quote from somewhere, like, oh, girls don't beat each other up. We just what is it? Someone says, like, we just talk behind our backs, like, bully you mentally until you develop an eating disorder.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like
that is
from somewhere. Is it How I
But
Met Your
yes,
Mother?
that is maybe.
I don't know.
But that is definitely more what it's like to be a girl. While the boys in school would just like start fistfights.
Once again, nothing that really happened in my school.
No, but like physical, obviously, because he shoved dirt in your mouth.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
More than what like a girl would do, which is bully you until you develop an eating disorder or become suicidal or just switch schools.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, not that we had anything that terrible happen really in my school, but there were definite backstabbing.
Sure.
And jealousy and stuff.
That happens because that's also something like like if you get past that, it feels a little exaggerated. Teenagers are so dumb and stupid, and I hate them. Like,
yes, and they're so over emotional and they over attach to small things.
It's almost like they're not emotionally mature yet. And I was like, I have to keep reminding myself of that, because it's like, this would be so
children.
Yeah, they're children. This would be so easy to resolve if you just talk to each other.
Yeah.
And, but acted like fucking adults, but then, all right, they're like 16, 17, all right.
Yeah, and I mean, even adults have issues
they
talking
do.
to each other about problems like this.
I'm not trying to grandstand too much, but I never get into that because, I would just talk to people, or if someone tried to like antagonize me, I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. See, I have the perfect example because my
cares?
boyfriend's youngest sister is 16.
Yeah.
She constantly has these stories about how her friend like walked behind her back or did something stupid, and like I can't hang out with her. And we're like, but why then? Just walk away. Just don't. And then she looks at us and goes like, but I go to the same school as them. Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really avoid them.
Yeah, but you don't have to be friends
and
with them just because you're in the same class or school.
No. But then like you can't just walk away from it, really, because there's always going to be people talking about it somewhere around this. It's way more complicated than you think. And then on top of that, like I said, being a girl just does not help.
Sure. I guess that's why the cult on this movie is all girls, basically.
Mainly, yes. But the thing that they updated in Mean Girls 2024,
yes,
which I think helped a lot, is the online presence.
Yeah.
Because luckily though, I thought the burn book would be like an Instagram account.
But that would
Thank God it wasn't.
No, because then it would have been
a physical book.
too public. It wouldn't work.
Yeah. I mean, you can have. No, that's true. Yeah,
like a private account, you only invite some people. Yeah, but you know what? That's going into too much detail. It's easier just make it a book.
And also, it doesn't work on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they didn't have the physical burn book, people would get upset.
Yeah, because
that's
iconic. That's a big thing. Yeah, from the original.
But I did like that they used the whole like filming and making like TikToks. And, well, I mean, they didn't brand it, but it was obviously TikToks or Instagram Reels.
Yeah. And it makes sense. And it was it was used in the right way. It didn't feel cringy. It was like, oh, that's actually what it would look like.
Exactly.
Maybe it's spread a little too fast sometimes, and like, why would the entire school care? Like, there are some people who do not use social media.
Yeah. But it's for the story.
Yeah, I know.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Yes, it was, and it was a good use of social media. This is what would happen.
Yes. Because we've had other movies where the social media aspect just looks so forced.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember.
A 40-year-old wrote it.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember it, but I was recently reminded of it because I was watching old regular media videos. Do you remember the movie Wish Upon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where they didn't get the rights to use Instagram, so they had like Clicksta-Pics. They made their own version or something.
The fake one, yeah.
That's, and they're writing like messages back and forth, and it's just the worst like written dialogue ever for teenagers. Well, that whole movie is that way because that's literally written by like a 50-year-old.
Yes, this one is written by Tina Fey.
Yeah,
100%. And she wrote the original as well, right?
Yes.
Together with Rosalind Wiseman. Or is she the author?
She might be the author. That's also, obviously, a lot of the dialogue is taken from the book, which is a lot more accurate to what teenagers actually sound like.
Yes. Yeah, Rosalind Wiseman. But I think she worked on the script as well.
Sure. Not on this one, though.
No, but on the original.
Yes. But I guess that's really what I think about the movie. It was not for me.
No, and it's not made for you.
No, it's not. It's not made for me. Yeah, I know. It was really, like I said, though, I laughed a lot because it was funny. And sometimes I laughed at it, not with it.
Sure.
But mostly, the jokes were funny. There was one. I don't remember what she said now. Oh, right. It was when she's kind of becoming the it girl. Katie. She has Caddy. Yeah. Oh, what's up, golf bird? That was funny.
Yeah,
he was the best character.
That was fun. Kevin G is the best.
Yeah, Kevin G. Yeah,
in the original.
Is he in the original as well? Oh, okay.
Yes, and he's exactly the same.
Oh, okay. He was great. Like, that's the guy I want to hang out with. He's funny, obviously in a maybe not for him, but a little bit in an ironic way.
Yes.
But he's also like super smart. So he has all the good,
and he's
good characteristics.
Confident.
Yeah. That's a perfect person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny, smart, confident.
Kevin G.
Yeah. Great. And every line he had was perfect.
Yes.
But anyway, so she's having the party, so she can get together with Aaron or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Aaron. Samuel.
And she's kind of drunk. She's had a couple of shots, and they sit down in her bed, and she says something like, "I'm awesome" or whatever it was.
I'm awesome. Yeah.
And I was kind of cringing at some earlier comments she made. So like under my I wasn't looking at the screen, and I heard her go like, "Hey, I'm awesome," and I just burst out laughing because it was like
you were the only one.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was supposed to be like, "Oh, this is a bad moment for her," and I was like, that was hilarious. You shushed me.
It was a good one though.
Yeah.
It is a good joke because it's dual edged because she's saying I'm awesome as in I'm cool now. Like come on.
She was the furthest from cool there.
Exactly, she's gone too far. Yeah. But she's also saying I'm awesome as in I'm not drunk. I can handle myself. Yeah. And she definitely cannot because she is wasted.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, that was very, very funny. And then
that was the best line that Angori Rice had to say in that entire movie.
Yeah. And then the Karen character, Avantika, a lot of fun. I mean, it's a little bit poking fun at her.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think she sold the ditzy girl role very, very well.
Yeah.
And she seemed like she also, this one kind of gets, because she's, conventionally beautiful, she's kind of dragged into the mean girls clique. She wasn't mean. And the other one wasn't really either. I don't know how it is in the original, but the only mean person in this one is Regina, the leader.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It is Regina who's mean, and she just because the other ones are pretty enough to hang out with me, they're unintentionally mean by just doing what Regina says. Yeah. They're basically never say anything mean unless maybe they're just picking on someone because Regina said they should.
Yeah.
Or they're ignoring people.
Oh, okay.
Or calling them weird. But I mean, calling someone weird isn't really mean. It's just that you're not like me.
Well, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we're on camera. Remember that.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting, fixing my posture.
But yeah, she was very funny.
The one thing that bothered me, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense. Because 16-year-olds, I guess, wait, how old are they supposed to be?
First or second year in high school. So, yeah, 16, 17.
Yes.
No, they mention, because she mentions, when she mentions, she's like, oh, I kind of like this guy Aaron in calculus. Or I like this guy in calculus. They're like, ooh, a second, whatever it's called, not freshman.
He's a senior.
He's a senior, yeah. So I guess they're in,
they're a year younger.
Yeah, so sophomore? I don't know what they call it.
I guess.
Yeah.
How old are you then? 16?
I think so. 16 or 17. Either way, yeah.
They look very adult, but 16-year-olds today look much more adult than what we did when we were 16.
Yes.
It's the push-ups that kind of bothered me.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Very, very big boobs on everyone.
Yeah, they were so in your face. And I mean, if that's probably natural, and there's not shaming them, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Especially Avantika.
Yeah.
They were giant.
I did, however, like that the girl, that Reneé Rapp, who plays Regina George, isn't this like in normal girl movies like this, she would be like this skinny, semi-tall, very slender person.
Yeah, no, I know. She has more of that modern look, which is,
Yeah. Curvy, she's tall.
Yeah. Which...
She's demanding,
yeah.
She doesn't need to wear heels to look down on you.
which
I don't think she wore heels.
I don't know. We don't really see her feet that much.
You see her shoes once.
Yeah. I don't wanna first of all, I don't wanna throw any stones in glass houses, because I'm not a perfect physical specimen at all. But also it's that look she has, which is very popular now, that physical look, I don't get it. It's just
it's natural.
It's
Choose your next words carefully, Leonidas. They may be your last.
It's because you grew up with the 90s models.
Yes.
And the 90s models were heroin chic and anarchic.
Yes. And I guess, because that's what I prefer, I suppose. Not like it has to be, but
no, but That's the ideal in your head because that's what you grew up with. That's what you're used to seeing in media. Yeah, I know. That's a whole other discussion, though. But
I know, and I don't want to start like talking body stuff here because
that's not us.
People are not gonna like. Yeah, and also I'm just gonna be mean if I start actually saying what I think.
We're not allowed to say what we think unless we can. Yeah, I liked it. Sure. I really appreciated that no one was this like terribly skinny stick figure. They were all normal looking teens, basically, even though they're not teens. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was more realistic.
Yeah, but it's
actually she was born in 2000. She's only 24 years old.
Yeah, she's 24 only.
Yeah, but like, how old was Lindsay Lohan when she played Katie?
20 something.
She's born in 86.
So she was 18.
Oh, that's true. Hey, okay, never mind then. She's aged, by the way. I'm sorry.
Well, she's lived a hard life.
She has. That's true. That's true.
I was gonna say she cleaned up good for this movie.
Oh, she did. No, she's cleaned up good in general now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
She started acting again, and like, yeah, no, she's doing good now.
No, that's good.
Apparently.
That's.
I also appreciated that it felt a little bit too much at points, but they threw in a lot of representation without really like pointing it out.
Yeah. It's the I don't know what you call it. It's performative woke. It's
a little
signaling.
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but at the same time, it's not because not all of the characters were like pointed out to be whatever the fuck they are.
No, it was very natural. Like when it was revealed that whatever her name was, the friend Janice. Like it just in passing was mentioned that she's a lesbian, or I guess I don't know, bisexual.
Which
lesbian,
is in passing mentioned in the original. However,
it is okay. I didn't.
She does.
I didn't even remember that character. So I don't know.
She does end up with a boy in the end, though, in the original.
Yeah.
And Damien is the too gay to function line is ripped off word from the original. So he is too gay to function.
And I love
that's his thing.
They can't say that. Only I can say that. Like,
that is also taken word for word.
Yeah.
We'll have even more of those when we talk about the original, I think.
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ, there were a lot of them.
Yeah, but especially like towards the end, where Katie wins prom queen, and she just snaps. I don't know. Is that in the original as well? She snaps the tiara. Okay.
Yes, and the whole. You don't really give speeches. Oh, I'm almost done.
Okay.
It was the same up until she started singing.
Yeah, it's a requel. Yeah.
Yeah.
More than a sequel. And she threw out all the pieces, and they were all to like. "Quote unquote," like, yeah,
different
"quote unquote,"
girls,
ugly people.
It's a little bit the same in the original, to be fair.
But that's what I mean. There's this happens with other things as well, which we're gonna have to get into. Because Angora Rice is supposed to play like a regular girl.
Yes.
Almost like no, they don't really call her ugly. They call her loser ones, but not ugly.
They say you're kind of pretty as an insult, and she goes, "I guess," and so you think you're pretty, but like you shouldn't.
Yeah, but you have you even when the movie's supposed to like celebrate like it's okay to be normal. You don't have to be like super hot and everything. They don't cast like someone ugly,
who
so to speak.
Isn't
do you know what I mean?
Conventionally pretty. Yeah,
like Angry Rice. Yeah, she's no supermodel, but she's far from ugly.
Yeah, she's conventionally pretty.
Yeah, exactly. But all the people they threw out piece of the tiara to, they were like, they were cast because they had different looks.
Yes.
Yeah.
They look very different from the main actors.
Yeah. But they would never cast someone like that in their movie because you have to have
not
beautiful
as
people in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Which
not
is
poster
bullshit.
people.
How about you go all the fucking way and cast the ugly girl, so to speak?
Yeah. Like, they don't have to be poster perfect to be the poster girl, really.
Yeah. Or another one that I fucking hate is when they have, like, they want to have representation in the movie. So like, oh, our main character is like is autistic or that damn show where sure the guy has CP. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. Cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
But he has like the mildest form of it, where he walks kind of wonky and has like a speech impediment. It's called, I don't know. It's a Netflix show. It was awful.
I don't know what show this is.
And it's this like. And everyone's like, you see, they're just like us. It's like, yeah, but you're not actually showing like how ugly people can be like bullied.
Yeah.
Or you don't show like, sure, yeah, autism is on a spectrum, but you would never see someone like my friend's little brother. You would never see someone like that.
No.
I don't want to say any names, but he's like severely autistic.
Yeah.
To the point where he can't like function on his own.
What's the character's name in Breaking Bad? The son.
Walt Jr. Finn.
Yeah, Walt Jr.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't cast someone like that in a leading role, really, because that's too far.
Yeah, but that's kind of funny though, because he's actually not that. He actually plays it up a little bit.
Sure.
He doesn't use crutches in real life.
No, but
I know what you mean.
That's the only one I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, and I just wish they would, and that was kind of what. Now I'm not defending the movie because the movie made a bunch of bad choices. That Sia movie about a girl with like autism. Do you remember that movie?
I never.
The girl from
watched
all the
it.
music videos. I don't know what's it called. Sing? No, whatever.
No, I know which one you mean.
He got a bunch of shit for that girl like doing like
she was supposed to be it's called music.
Music, right? Because music's one thing that makes you like calm. Yeah, and it was a non-autistic girl who played like severely autistic, and she got a bunch of flack for it. Because like, oh, it's so misrepresenting of autism. Like, no, it's not.
It's Maddie Ziegler who plays the main character.
Yeah, and like,
I think she was casted because she's the dancer in most of Sia's music videos. Yes,
she is. Now. So her depiction of autism in that movie is not at all misrepresenting. Like that's just that's on a different end of the spectrum than what we usually see in the movies.
Yeah.
And sure, the whole thing that the movie kind of it uses like ideas and stuff from an organization called Autism Speaks, which is a terrible organization. That's bad. The way they handle autism sometimes is really, really bad. So I'm not defending the movie, but I'm defending her depiction because, as someone who, like I said, knows severely autistic people, that's spot on. And I wish they actually showed that, like the dark side of it sometimes. Or even like this. How about you cast someone who's not like, quote
conventionally
unquote, ugly.
Pretty.
Yeah. But no, it's always cleaned up for Hollywood. Moving on from that, I suppose, before I get too worked up.
Well, I don't know if there's much else to say about this movie.
No, well, I don't know.
Because the social commentary is basically the same as in the original. Bullying is bad, but everyone has their flaws, kind of yada yada anything.
Yeah.
The casting was pretty much, it was good. There's not much else to say about it.
It was good.
Most of them did their job very well. I don't understand why they removed certain characters, but again, they don't really need to be there. Like Katie's dad is in the original, but he's not in this one. And this one is a single mother.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's some sort of commentary as well. Like
about single motherhood, I suppose.
Yeah, sure, whatever. They don't mention it, so it's fine. But yes, that's what it is.
I was a little bit disappointed that I don't even know how you say her name. Busey Phillips.
Busey Phillips.
Do you say Busey or
I
Busey?
I think it's pronounced Busey Phillips.
Okay, whatever. Mrs. George.
Yeah.
I really wanted her to be played by what's her name? Amy Poehler.
Is that who it is in the original?
Yes. Though it wouldn't make sense, obviously.
No, she would be too old to have a teenage daughter. Well,
and also, you can't revisit that role specifically with the same cast.
No, because it's a new
daughter.
George,
What, is this supposed to be her baby sister? Because she does have a sister in the original.
Oh, okay. Could have been. But no, that wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't make sense. It would be too,
But
carbon copy of your sister doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but Amy Poehler should have been in the movie.
Yes,
because
she
Tina
could have
Fey
been
and her are
cameo
like
somewhere.
a comedy duo almost. I mean, from
They used to
SNL,
be, at
the
least.
SNL days, they made that movie together, Sisters, which unfortunately wasn't great. It was kind of funny. Because we had Tim Meadows from SNL. This was produced by whatever that production company is, the SNL production company.
Yeah.
And I saw that Lorne Michaels was a producer on this, the guy who created SNL. So I'm amazed we didn't have more SNL cameos. There was only Tim Meadows and Amy
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they're also from the original movie, both of them.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean,
I was trying to figure out who
there was no like contemporary SNL alumni or anything.
No. I was trying to figure out who plays the coach in the original.
Yeah, because here it's John Hamm, who was in like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
I suppose. And
I was confused. I was like, is that Coach Carter? No, it's Dwayne Hill in the original.
Yeah. I'm wondering because he's also been he has like a small role in Bridesmaids. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also like not an SNL movie, but it's a lot of SNL people involved.
Yes.
So like, is he like?
I think he's friends with them.
Is he? Yeah, is he friends with them? Is he married to one of them, or like why does he appear in all these small roles in SNL adjacent movies?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just friends with them.
Okay.
As far as I know, I have no clue.
No, yeah, he's married to Anna Osceola, which is not an
whoever
SNL
that is.
person. Yeah, I don't know. She's just an actress.
Yeah.
So it's I guess he's just friends with them. Yeah. Excuse me. Either way. One other thing where once again a classic musical. The characters, other than like Katie, really do not really evolve. They don't really have an arc. No. Regina a little bit, but not until like the very end.
Technically, we don't get to see her.
She's on a bunch of painkillers.
Yeah.
So.
In the original, we get to see that she has evolved a little bit because she she starts doing physical therapy and ends up playing rugby.
Oh, okay.
And she's like not the queen bee anymore.
Yeah.
In this one, we just see her high on Valium, and that's it.
Yeah, and it ends with the prom.
Yeah. We don't get to see like the aftermath.
Yeah, because we had the scene with the other, not Karen. Who was the other mean girl? The other plastic.
Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah, right, Wiener. And you had her little scene in the closet when they were gonna pick out a pair of shoes for Katie.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I found
the music box.
The music box," and they also like hinted at her being like Latin American because she's just from like abuelita. And like, oh, you're the whitest Mexican I ever seen. Well, that's beside the point. Sorry. But like, yeah, and you have this like, obviously she's like struggling a lot with her self-image because she's constantly being put down by Regina. Like, and I mean, we talked about it. Yeah, it's the whole complicated relationship. But like, why do you just get out of there? Just say no thanks and go sit with someone else.
Yeah, or at least
this like emotional hostage taking.
At least develop it within the movie then, because
Yeah,
that's the only scene we get with it, except for I guess the outburst when Regina George can't wear anything but these track pants or track whatever.
Yeah, but then she is
that's
just
like the only reaction to it.
But at that point, she's sucking up to the new it girl. She's sucking up to Katie.
Sure,
yeah,
sure. But the outburst is her going "fuck you," really.
I guess, yeah.
But then they downplay it by going, "Oh, but what do you think, Katie?"
Yeah, like she's
afraid
doesn't evolve.
Yeah, because I don't know why. That's dumb. I wanted her to evolve a little bit more in this one. I understand that Karen doesn't, because she's supposed to be too clueless to understand what's going on.
That's
basically.
Fine. She is the
exactly.
comic
That's
sidekick.
fine.
That's fine.
Yes,
but it was
Gretchen is supposed to be the in between.
Yeah, it would almost.
She's the one who should have the biggest emotional growth. Really.
Yes, exactly. She would have been the one who finally spoke out against Regina.
Yeah,
spurred on by Katie. That would make the most sense to kind of turn Regina's supposedly best friend against her, so to speak.
Yeah.
But no. They went with the revenge plot. Which also kind of funny. They never really... they have the whole thing where everyone's supposed to say, I'm sorry to everyone.
Yeah.
But then the Janice character is like, well, I'm not sorry because, whatever. And that's supposed to be like, oh, she's too cool to do that. But she also, like, even though, she is a terrible person.
Oh, yeah.
Against Regina. Yes, Regina is a bad person. And I know in today's society that justifies you being bad towards them. But that's not like, what do you call it? Föregående gott exempel. What do you call it?
It's not leading with
good example, yeah.
Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Instead of having this petty revenge plot against... Petty, I know. She was... Her whole thing... She outed her when she was like 11 or whatever. Yeah, it's horrible what Regina did to her.
Yes.
But then what Janice kind of forces Katie to do against Regina, and in her turn doing herself to Regina, is almost like on the same level.
Oh no, it is the same level.
She ruins her like life, so to speak.
It is on the same level.
But she's
just as terrible. But she's not going to be labeled as the bad guy.
No, yeah, because it's okay. It's the whole punch a Nazi thing, which is not the same thing.
Yeah, it's the
if
same
if it's an actual Nazi, yes. But it was the whole thing. You could just label anyone a Nazi, and then it was okay to
exactly, yeah.
Because they're bad persons. I can just beat them up. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Janice is just as bad because she only looks out for herself and her best friend Damien.
Yeah,
she doesn't really care about what's going to happen to Katie if she gets involved in all of this.
No. So
she doesn't even take into consideration that Katie might actually, like she does, turn plastic.
Oh.
And then she gets mad at her for turning plastic when Janice is the one who forced her to turn plastic.
Yeah, they have that moment. You made me, basically. It's
you kind just of did. As bad.
But Janice is never held responsible for any of that, even though she is definitely like partially responsible for what happened.
Katie has to apologize to her.
Yeah,
she never apologizes to Katie.
No, which I thought was very strange. That was it was bad writing. I think
that is
bad
a little
writing.
bit. That is kind of, I don't know if it's virtue signaling, but it's on the same page as it, because like the lesbian can't be the bad guy.
Yeah, partly that. Yes,
it feels like it.
Feels like it. Like we can't make her the bad character.
No, because she's the cool.
We don't want to paint an LGBTQ character in a negative light. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
just like
the cool outspoken lesbian,
which is
has
one
to
of
be
those.
A good guy.
It's what's it called? It's called like liberal racism, where you're almost being racist by not being racist. Like, I have to help all these poor black people because they can't help themselves. You can't help yourself. You're a victim. I'm so sorry for you. Like, no, that's you're being racist now. Just because a person is black, you have to help them? No.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's like, oh no, of course we can't make the lesbian a bad person. They're always good, They're always they are always the victim. They can't be a bad guy. You are a victim because you are a lesbian. Like, no. There are asshole lesbians as well. There are asshole straight people.
Straight people, yeah. Everyone can be an asshole. No,
exactly.
Doesn't matter what you identify as, what kind of person you prefer in a relationship, what color you are. Everyone can be an asshole.
Yeah. Everyone
your
has
religion doesn't
to be
matter,
an asshole.
your beliefs doesn't matter. Everyone can be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. No.
If you don't believe me, watch the documentary Jefftown. It's about a man with Down syndrome he's an alcoholic drug addict who is the worst kind of like misogynist racist you'll ever see. He's a horrible person. I think it's on YouTube. Check out Jefftown.
Jefftown, okay.
And you'll see everyone has the capacity to be an asshole.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Anywho, I think we should start
I was going somewhere with that, but
okay.
No, there was one thing that I wanted them to keep from the original that they didn't for some reason. That's the only thing they should have. It's Gretchen Wiener's apology letter.
Oh.
Because she's being kind of dumb in that one.
Oh.
In the original, she's like, I'm sorry, I can't help it that I'm pretty and rich. I just wanted to have that line. It's not that exactly, but something like that. And it's just, and no one catches her except for Karen.
Yeah, and
that's like one of the good ones. Like, why did you keep that one?
That's what I mean. Like both Karen and Wiener, Gretchen, they kind of disappear towards the end.
Yes, their relationship is not in this one. They have. It's not much more, but it's a little bit more of them being close in the original.
Yeah, that was missing. And even I, who don't really remember the original, like it felt like those characters were kind of like we don't need them towards the end. Yeah, no, it's very. And they just disappear, basically.
Yeah, they kind of disappear.
No. So I guess
they're just means to an end, really. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what they are. But from my understanding, it's handled better in the original.
Yes. We'll discuss that more.
Yes, we'll discuss that more in the Patreon episode, where we're going to talk about and review the original Mean Girls.
Yes.
That's coming out, as of recording this, it's coming out Monday the 15th of January.
Yes.
So if you want to check that out, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. There's a link tree down below. But yeah, that's gonna have to be it. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching, if you're here on YouTube watching. And we'll see you next week when we don't have anything planned yet.
Kinda. We have a sneak preview on Monday.
Oh, right. Yes.
So we might do an episode on that. And hey, the patrons might get it early.
Yes, because we're going to a sneak preview on Monday. So we probably will record something on Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
But you'll have to check us out on Patreon to see what that is.
Yes. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Also, starting the 14th, maybe the 15th, depending on Swedish time zones and everything, we are the TV cast is returning because we're going to talk about True Detective Right Country.
Right.
Yeah. So lots of stuff going on. I'm going to try to create more clips from the show. I'm going to try to do the YouTube thing and upload just constantly.
Ambitious January, you know.
Yeah, and really go for it this year. See if I can cheat the algorithm. And if it doesn't work this year, I'm not giving up, but I'm not trying anymore.
Not as hard, at least.
Then I'm just doing it for fun. But
that's it.
Other than that, thank you so much for checking us out. We'll see you in the next episode. But until then, have a good one.
Bye.
The Spoiler Cast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Mom, Dad, Christopher Belén, Daniel Del Gaiso, Mac and Mom, Laura Kinney, and CK85.